Alright. Howdy, y'all. Hope y'all had a beautiful Sunday. Ours, for the most part, is pretty nice and sunny, nice breeze. Tried getting some bees today, and both locations turned out to be a dud, but well, you know what? The Father still blesses us in all His ways. So, we was reading in the last video Genesis chapter 25. And so what had happened there was Abraham died, and he had other women that he bore sons to, but all of those ones they were given gifts. Hey, here's a crescent wrench here for you. Here's you got a hammer over here. I got a toy for you. Here's a chainsaw for you. I got a pickaxe for you. But everything else, all the inheritance, all the livestock, all the gold, silver, cattle, that was Yitzhak's, Isaac's, his beloved son. And so, which was the one that Yahweh will establish his covenant through. And so Abraham dies, and Ishmael and Yitzhak go back to the field in the cave where Abraham bought from the sons of Heth, Ephron, the Hittite, and they go and bury him next to his woman Sarah. So this happens, and it goes into the generations of Ishmael and his sons, and then it goes into the generations of Yitzhak. And so this is where Yitzhak and Rivka have Rivka is barren, and Yahuwah is entreated of Yitzhak when he asks for this petition. And so then Yahuwah opens up Rivka's womb and is no longer barren. And behold, twins, it says. And she goes to ask Yahuwah, like, hey, if what's going on here? And he says, 2 nations will be in your womb. So one and the other, they won't be the same. 2 nations. And we already know that Abraham, the father of many nations, there's Ishmael, his descendants, and so he's already going to have 12 princes. It already had spoken in previous chapters will come from him, and so he's already getting this established. And then there's Yitzhak, this lineage, and through Yitzhak and Rivka, 2 nations come from them. So there's already 3 right there. But we're also forgetting about the other sons that Abraham had through his concubines, his other women, Keturah. But there hasn't been any, thus far, there hasn't been any detail of them except for their names. And so we may come back to that. But it's quite interesting what's starting to take place here. Um, the sons of Avraham and Keturah. There was Zimran, Yokshan, Medan, Midian, Yishbak, Shuach, and Yokshan begot Sheva and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashurim and Letushim and Leumim. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, Ephor, and Hanok, and Avida, and Eldaah. So all of these were the children of Keturah. So that's 4 lines already. 4 lineages, 3 nations, 4 lineages that we are going to see if we can keep track of. So these 2 nations are born. They're one, the elder, and the elder is going to serve the younger. So the first one comes out, and they name him Esau because he was red and hairy all over. And the second, when he was born, he grabbed the heel of the firstborn. Thus they called him Yaakov, Jacob. And so their father Yitzhak loved Esau because he was a hunter and he liked his daddy's venison. So he liked the gamey hunter aspect of their life. And so it says that Rivka loved Yaakov. So these 2 are growing up, and here's Yaakov making some soup, some lentils, and here comes Esau running out of the field, and he's pooped, absolutely pooped. He doesn't describe what he was doing, but he ran from out of nowhere and came to his brother, and he's like, I'm faint, I'm pooped, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm starving, give me some of your food. And he's like, well, why don't you sell me your birthright for this bowl of soup? Let's do a trade here. He's like, dude, I'm about to die. Like, what good is it? Have it. Have her, as the Canadians would say. I don't know if all Canadians say that, but the ones I was hanging out with a while back would. Have her. So he does, and Esau swears by it. And so Yaakov has the birthright of the firstborn. And Esau went on his way, and it says, thus Esau despised his birthright. How many of us out there have traded our birthright for something that has been squandered, that has been spoiled? Something to think about. But that's the ending of chapter 25 review. Now let's jump into chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Yitzhak went unto Abimelech king of the Philistine unto Gerar. And Yahweh appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Mitzrayim, dwell in the land which I shall tell you of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and will bless you, for unto you and unto your seed will I give all of these countries. And I will perform the oath which I swore unto Abraham your father, and I will make your seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. And I will give you unto your seed at all these countries, and in your seed shall all the countries of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my Torah. And Yitzhak dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked him of his woman, and he said, She is my sister, for he feared to say, She is my woman, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rivkah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech king of the Philistine looked out at a window, and saw, and behold, Yitzhak was sporting with Rivkah his woman. And Abimelech called Yitzhak, and said, Behold, of a surety, she is your woman. And how said you, She is my sister? And Yitzhak said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this that you have done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with your woman, and you should have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that touches this man or his woman shall surely be put to death. Then Yitzhak sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and Yahweh blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward, and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flock, and possession of herds, and great store of servants. And the Philistine envied him, for all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistine had stopped them, and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Yitzhak, Go from us, for you are much mightier than we. And Yitzhak departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Yitzhak dug again the wells of water, which they had dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistine had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father called them. And Yitzhak's servants dug in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdsmen of Gerar did strive with Yitzhak's herdsmen, and saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they dug another well, and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and dug another well, and for that they strove not, and he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now Yahweh has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Bere'shiyth, and Yahweh appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am Yahweh of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you, and will bless you, and multiply your seed, for my servant's Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there, and called upon the name of Yahweh, and pitched his tent there, and there Yitzhak's servants dug a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Pichol, the chief captain of his army. And Yitzhak said unto them, Wherefore come you to see me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that Yahweh was with you, and we said, Let there now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt me and you, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do us no hurt, as we have not touched you, and as we have done unto you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of Yahweh. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up early in the morning, and swore to one another, and Yitzhak sent them away. And they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day, that Yitzhak's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had dug, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Shiva. Therefore the name of the city is Bere'shiyth unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to be his woman Yehudith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bosmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Yitzhak and to Rivkah. This concludes the reading of Bere'shiyth, Genesis chapter 26. See y'all on the next one. Shalom.